You are worth beyond 1,000 reasons why. And you can't be perfect, baby, 'cause nobody's perfect, darling. But no, 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 there's nobody in the world like you. What do you do when you can't let go? What do you say when you just don't know how you feel? And you know nobody knows how you feel, 'cause everybody's got their own damn problem. So everybody's trying to find their way, and day by day is a struggle in this world, you know.
Hello, 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 beautiful people. Hello, everyone. Hello, guys. Hello, everyone. Well, let me wait for people to troop in, and then we can start with our legal tea party. I'm ready for you guys. I am ready for you guys. Where's everyone? All right, guys. Give us a second. Let everybody come in and settle in, and then let's start. We have a lot to talk about today. I'm so excited to see you guys on here. Thank you for joining, and very welcome to the biggest tea party. Yeah, the biggest legal tea party. All right, guys, share the video. Please share with your family and friends. Share on your WhatsApps, your school pages. Just share this. It's going to be a fun tea party. I have so much legal scoop to discuss with all of you. So please share with everybody. Welcome, guys. Drop me a comment if you're already on here, and let's give people some, seconds to settle in. Let's give people some seconds to settle in, and then we can enjoy the party. I hope you guys have your tea ready. Here's mine, guys. Well, so I have too much scoop, so the tea cup was too small, so I had to get my mug full of hot tea we're going to be enjoying. So grab your tea, or any type of drink that you want. It's a tea party. It's a legal tea party. We're going to be breaking down the law. We're going to be having fun, and I'm going to be telling you something really exciting at the end of this video, so you want to stay tuned to the end. A lot of people have been asking me what my expert opinion as an attorney on this bill is, and I'm going to be telling you guys what that is, backed with some questions and some facts. So stay tuned till the end, okay? Stay tuned to the end. Welcome, guys. Welcome, everybody. I'm not able to see you when you log on, so the only way I can see if you've logged on is when you drop a comment. Okay, so drop a comment. Let me know where y'all are linking up from, where you're watching me from, and let's start with the biggest tea party, biggest legal tea party on Facebook. Okay, let me know where you guys are watching me from and how the weather is like. So I'm connecting from Manassas, Virginia, the beautiful city of Manassas, Virginia. Very well located within the DMV area, and that's where my law office is situated. All right, guys, so you're very welcome everybody. So let's jump right into the bill. Welcome, Janet. Welcome. Hi, I'm watching from Maryland. Great. How's Maryland? Hello, JD. The questions have already started trooping in. Hello, new Jackie. How are you guys? I'm not sure I understand your question. Great, you're from Virginia. Okay, well, you guys stay tuned. We're about to have the biggest and most exciting tea party ever. Okay, guys. So let's get into it. We're going to start with what the scoop is, and we have a very short time, so I guess we have to dig in before time starts flying. And yes, of course, guys, grab your tea. Look at my this is my beautiful lawyer mug. I love it so much. I couldn't get a teacup as I was saying, because it's just too small. I have so much tea to share with you all. So let's get into it. All right. So as we all know, President Joe Biden has proposed the bill known as the US Citizenship Act to Parliament, okay? And last week, Thursday, the bill was introduced to Congress. Okay, it was introduced, and so they're going to we're hoping that this will pass into a law. And well, people are a little skeptical about the whole thing because even though the Democrats have majority both in House and Senate, there's still a few issues here and there. So when it comes to the House of Representatives, the Democrats have the majority, and so that will be no issue. But when we go to Senate, okay, so let's backtrack. Welcome, guys. Welcome, everybody. Article 1 of, oh my gosh, you guys are joining in. Thank you so much for joining. Senior Counsel, thank you for joining. Counsel Arthur Wemega, welcome. Oh my goodness, Roma Asumedu, that's another counsel. We have so many attorneys in the house. Welcome, counsel. Welcome, guys. Welcome, everybody. Oh, Janet, it's raining. I'm so sorry. All right, JD, you already have so many questions. Yeah, we'll get to it soon. Don't worry. Let's get to the tea. Let's scoop all the tea. Let's serve it hot, hot, hot. And then let's have some fun on the biggest legal tea party. All right, so guys, as I was saying, I'm not going to be reading. I'm going to be having a discussion. It's a party, right? So let's chat. Let's interact. Let's make it interactive. So Article 1 of the U.S. Constitution gives the mandate to Congress to pass laws. Okay, so that's where we're going to start from. And we have a bill currently, and a bill is not a law yet. I have people calling me all over. Oh, please, I want to apply for Joe Biden's green card. There's nothing yet. So relax. So it's a bill. A bill is not a law yet. It just means it's we're thinking about making it into a law. Okay, guys. So as I was saying, with the House of Representatives, it's the majority vote, and then Senate will also vote. With Senate, it has to be anonymous. The voting has to be anonymous, and in order for it to be passed into a law, and what we actually need is a 60 majority vote for the Senate. Okay, a 60 majority vote for the Senate. And with that, what's happening now is that the Democrats unfortunately have just 50 people, and then there's 50 on the Republican side. So the only Kamala Harris is going to break the tie, making it 51. However, we need 60 people. And when it comes to Senate, usually when a bill is introduced and the minority don't want it to be voted upon, they have something they call the filibuster, and it simply means that they can the members of the Senate can debate upon it like an endless debate. They can have so many hours of debate upon it and prevent it from moving to become voted upon. So when that happens, that kind of obstructs the voting process, and then they would have to vote for a cloture. A cloture just means that they're going to have to vote to end the debate and then be able to vote upon the actual bill. And with the cloture, we also need 60 votes. So we're hoping that 10 people from the Republican side will come and join the Democrats, and then make it all happen. So the bill as it is now, the text as we have it now, is going to go through a series of committees and subcommittees and amendments. It's going to go through a whole lot of mail. It's going to go through a mail until it comes out, until the final product comes out, and then we'll have the actual text of the law. Okay. All right. So now that we've talked about the hoops that the law is going to go through in order to be passed, let's get to the bill itself. And guys, you're going to want to listen very attentively to everything, because I have something very exciting to tell you at the end of this video, something very, very exciting to tell you at the end of the video, and I'm going to wish you had paid attention. So please listen in and listen in, okay? All right, so we're going to start with the bill itself. We have, the bill has 5 titles. The text of the bill, it's 353 pages long. It has 5 titles. The titles just mean, you know, how many parts the bill is divided into. And it looks like the major objective of this bill is to provide an earned path to citizenship, because that is Title 1 of the bill, and that is the main, you know, the main objective of the bill. Okay, so we'll start with the Section 1. The Title 1, the Section A. So what's happening is that they're going to grant a new status to undocumented people, and these people are termed as non-citizens, and the status will be known as the lawful prospective immigrant status. So it's LPI, lawful prospective immigrant, and this status, it's to, yes, a non-citizen, and you have to meet certain requirements. And what's going to happen is that they're going to do background checks, make sure you've paid your fees, and you know, you don't have, they'll do criminal and security background checks. And then once you pass the eligibility criteria, you will be granted this lawful prospective LPI status. Okay, so we'll talk about the period, how long this period is for, you know, the status is for. We'll also talk about the benefits of this LPI status, and then you know, a few other things. So let's start with the I think I know why I'm struggling so much. I don't have my glasses. I'm sorry. I forgot to wear my glasses. Well, guys, welcome. If you're just joining us, this is the biggest legal tea party, and we have so much hot tea to spill. So just join us and then have fun, share with your friends, and let's have a chat. Okay, so the lawful prospective immigrant status will be valid for a period of 60 years, okay? So it's valid for 6 years, and then you may extend it by applying again for an additional 6 years if you remain eligible and you've passed background checks and you haven't had your status revoked. And you'll be given a card. So it will come in the form of a document. You'll have an actual card that will, you know, validate or show that yes, you have the LPI status. Okay, and this we're going to be talking about the people who actually qualify for this LPI status. And yes, undocumented people are the main target. You know, they are the main beneficiaries of this LPI status. You know, they have been estimated to be about 11 million of them. So some of the benefits of the LPI status is that you will be authorized to have work, to have employment, and then you will also be authorized, you'll have the permission to travel as well. And one caveat, I'm sorry, no sound. Is there anybody else facing this problem? Please, guys, let me know in the comments. Everything looks good from my end. I'm not sure why you can't hear me. Ohima, please check your microphone and make sure that everything is okay from your end. All right, guys, so you can travel, you can work, and then the caveat is that you cannot stay outside the country for more than 180 days. Remember that when you're trying to apply for any type of status here, you have to show continuous presence. You have to be here, continuous residence. So you can't have the LPI status and then vanish to Ghana or to Nigeria or to Uganda for the next 360 days. No, it doesn't work that way. You will be deemed, even just like a green card, when you apply for a green card and you leave, you'll be deemed to have abandoned the application. Well, sound is good. Max Donko says sound is good. Miriam said sound is good. Janet says it's okay from her end. Okay, great, guys. Let's continue. So yeah, you'll be allowed to travel. Just be mindful of the time period with which, how long you stay outside. Okay. And then we go on to the adjustment of status. So this whole they've actually tried to, these sections are going to be added to the immigration. Where's my law book? Okay, yeah, my statutes, Immigration and Nationality Act. It's right here. There's going to be amendments made to the INA Act, and so from the LPI status, after holding it for a period of 6 years, you will become eligible after the 5th year to adjust your status to now get a green card. And as I always say, your LPI status is going to act as the bridge between your undocumented state and your green card. Okay, you don't just jump from undocumented to a green card. And so your undocumented will do background checks, you file an application, you pay the appropriate fees, then we give you an LPI, lawful prospective immigrant status, valid for 6 years, but after 5 years, you are eligible to apply for your green card. Okay, then also here you have to be eligible. You have to make sure that you've passed background checks, you've paid fees, and you've submitted an application, and you haven't been absent from the USA for more than 180 days. Okay, so that's it. And all federal taxes, you have to pay your federal taxes as well. So that will be it for adjusting from undocumented to the LPI, and then we cross over after 5 years of holding the LPI to the green card. And after holding the green card for a period of 3 years, you have you can now apply for citizenship if you are able to demonstrate that you qualify. And so that's what they talk about, the end pathway. It's an 8-year end pathway to citizenship. Okay, so that's it. It's an 8-year pathway. Let's see what the next thing we're going to be talking about is. Okay, now there's a lot of scoop on this bill, but we're going to be focusing on what I know my current audience is interested in. And I know many of you have messaged me about this undocumented thing. So that's what we're going to be focusing more on. If you want me to do another aspect of the video, of another aspect of the bill, you can drop your comments and I will read them, and then hopefully I can do another video some other time on my Facebook page. And guys, if you haven't liked my Facebook page, please like my Facebook page and follow us, because I usually, share lots of informational and educative videos on US immigration law. Okay, guys, so you're still very welcome to Legal Tea Party. Grab your tea, enjoy, just sit back, enjoy. We're going to be digging it into more legal scoop, so have fun. All right. So we are now moving on to the documents that you're going to be needing should this bill be passed into a law. Okay, we're going to be jumping into the documents. Let me pull that up. Let me pull that up right here. That is where let me see. Okay, so we have a number of documents that you're going to be needing. You would need identity documents. That's the first one. Identity documents mean, what identity documents mean. That is on page 51 of the bill. So let me pull it from the actual text. I just like to actually, let's have the real thing so that we don't have any misquotations or anything like that. So yeah, identity, you're going to have to establish your identity to get your LPI status. And people are asking very great questions. If I'm undocumented, how do I have an ID? There are some states that grant IDs to undocumented people. Okay, so from the bill, the US Citizenship Act, the first thing is you'll need a passport or national identity document from your country of origin. So if you're from Ghana, go on to the Ghana embassy in the US website and find out how you can apply for a passport already. And then you can also use a birth certificate. Okay, so the law, the actual text of the law states that the non-citizen's identity, evidence of identity, may include the following. So you can come up with anything that can properly identify you. These are just suggestions, and well, of course, you should try as much as possible to get these types of documents. They will make your life easier. Okay, then you need a school identification card with your name and photograph and school records, and you know that you were enrolled in school. And then you can also use a uniformed services identification card. You can also use any immigration documents issued by the US government showing your name and photograph. This is quite an interesting thing because, well, somebody who's undocumented, any immigration documents issued, okay, we will assume that these documents must not be expired. That's what we'll assume. Okay, so you can also use state issued identification cards and any other evidence. Okay, then moving from the documents that identify you, we will now move to the second category of documents that you're going to be needing to establish eligibility for the the LPI status. That's the physical presence document. And with the physical presence document, you need records from any educational institution that you have attended in the US. You need employment records of your employer, the name and their contact information. And this, people have raised concerns about it, that okay, if I'm undocumented, how do I show employment records, and will my employer get into trouble for hiring me? Your employer will not get into trouble for if their name comes up, because the law provides for it. They understand. Look, they're very realistic. They are aware that there are almost 11 million undocumented people here, and they know that people are actually working. They are not just like sleeping. How are they taking care of themselves? So they're well aware that people are working. So okay, so the other thing to establish continuously, physical presence is official records from a religious entity, and then also a birth certificate for a child who was born in the US, a birth certificate. Then you can also present hospital or medical records. Guys, look, the tea party, we're just warming up. The real tea, I'm about to spill it. So just hold on, hang on, grab your tea and take a sip, enjoy. I'm having such a ball. I hope you guys are too. Hello, Jemima. Very happy to have you on here. All right, guys. Roma will answer your questions all soon. Okay, we have such a limited time. So let's just keep getting the scoop, and then we will. I'm not going to cover everything because we don't have too much time. So some of the documents that you can use to show your physical presence, you can use deeds, mortgages, rental agreement contracts. You can use automobile license receipts, registration. As I said, hospital records as well, rent receipts, utility bills bearing your name if you're undocumented, tax receipts, insurance policies, money orders sent in or out of the country. So this is a good one. Some of you are some people are undocumented and they still manage to send, Western Unions, MoneyGrams, and they send money out of the country. So remittance records, even from Walmart. I know some people send money from I think it's MoneyGram or Western Union. Once you have the records, that shows that you have been, you have physical presence. And one thing you have to notice that the law actually provides that physical presence starts counting from 1st January 2021. And so that is who the law applies to. Okay, you should have been a non-citizen as at 1st January 2021. Okay, then dated bank transactions also establish your physical presence in the US. Travel records. Sworn affidavits. This is a good one. Yes, sworn affidavits from at least 2 individuals who are not related to you, to show that they have direct knowledge of your continuous legal presence in the US here. Then, yeah, the name, address. We have the format of the affidavit. All right, so there's a lot more within the bill, but these are the very important things. I also did a video. I did a couple of videos right here on my Facebook page. I went into great detail about the types of documents you should start gathering. Don't wait. You should start gathering, because 11 million, almost 12 million people are going to be going to the same offices for the same type of documents. You want to be ahead of the game. So this is the time to start gathering some of the documents. Some of them take as long as 8 months, 10 months, or whatever. So start getting your things together. Okay, so we're going to now talk about the last aspect that we want to talk about. Then we jump into the real tea. That's where the scoop of the whole thing is. So grounds for eligibility, for ineligibility. So here are some of the things that you want to be mindful of, guys. You definitely want to be mindful of some of these things. So you will be ineligible for the prospective legal status. I'm sorry, the lawful prospective immigrant status, the LPI status, if you have, a felony. You've been convicted of a felony or 3 or more misdemeanors. Okay. And if you've renounced your US citizenship to avoid taxes, you will not be eligible for the LPI, the lawful prospective immigrant status. There are a number of other grounds of ineligibility, and there are some exceptions. Okay. And then also you will be, so there are some people who have actually been granted voluntary departure in the past. Voluntary departure is, when you're in deportation proceedings and you ask for voluntary departure and then the judge grants it to you. It means that you will not be forcefully removed from the US. You are choosing to remove yourself. So for people who have been granted voluntary departure, you will be ineligible if you departed the US while you're subject to a deportation order and a deportation removal or voluntary departure order, and you were outside the US on 1st January 2021, or you re-entered unlawfully after 1st January 2021. All that this means is that if you have ever been granted voluntary departure and you were outside the US on 1st January 2021, you will not qualify for this LPI, the new status, the new, amnesty coming. And if you were also granted voluntary departure and then you left and you re-entered unlawfully, and let's say you came on 5th January 2021, you came after first the cutoff date, which is 1st January 2021, you will be ineligible also for the LPI. So there are people who have been granted voluntary departure but refuse to leave. They are right here. They've been here. They were here on 1st January 2021. They will qualify absolutely. So that's it. Remember, guys, this is not legal advice where I'm giving you information for specific legal advice, because there are lots of exceptions and waivers and things that are contained in the bill. So if you want specific legal advice, please be sure to consult with an immigration attorney who will review your situation. Okay. All right, guys. Also, let's look at the time. We've done 30 minutes. All right. This is a good one. So you'll be asked for your biometrics, fingerprints, and then your biographic data. Be ready with all that as well. Some people have there are discrepancies in your biographic in your biometrics. So you want to consult with an attorney on any of those kinds of issues. And work authorization will be provided as well. Okay, I think we've covered most of these. Also, the beneficiaries of, so if you're undocumented, your spouse and your children don't have to apply. They'll be derivatives of the LPI, so they can also benefit from your status. Okay. Yeah, I think that is pretty much it. So now let's talk about, let's go back to the the documents that you're going to be needing. I stated in my previous video that the FOIA is a very important document. That's the Freedom of Information Act, and that is the act that gives undocumented people the right to request information that the government has about them. If you're a citizen or a green card holder, you use the Privacy Act. The Privacy Act is the one that contains or embodies your right to request what kind of information, the information the government has about you. So with the FOIA, you would need to, do the FOIA to the right department. The FOIA will contain your immigration history. Sometimes you will be asked, when you're filling any type of application, you'll be asked certain questions. The USCIS will always ask you questions like, okay, have you ever been in deportation proceedings? Give us the date. When did you get into the country? What type of benefits have you applied for? For example, which year was this? What is your mother's name? And it's very interesting. I speak to clients who have been here for sometimes 20 years, 15 years, 10 years. They don't remember the details of their immigration history, like the things they've applied for. They sometimes don't remember. Did I apply in 2017? Your FOIA will give you all that information that you need to be able to make sure you are filing a good petition, because you don't want to file an application full of errors. So that's the point of the FOIA. Even though the bill states that you will not be denied for lack of evidence, the denial will come in the form of, rather, is it lack of qualification? Like if you're okay, I'll try to retrieve that specific aspect of the law and then we'll cover it. But I'm trying to use the proper vocabulary. Okay, guys, so you just want to get the FOIA. So the FOIA, there are a number of agencies, federal agencies that you want to FOIA, and it depends on, it just depends on what has happened or what is contained in your immigration history. So for people who have ever been detained by immigration and customs enforcement, that's the ICE, those are the people that are responsible for identifying, arresting, detaining people who are undocumented. If you've ever been detained or you've had any brush with them, the right place to FOIA would be the ICE. And sometimes you recognize that people have to FOIA different agencies because they've had a number of intersections with some of these, they've had encounters with a number of these federal agencies. Okay. Yes, remember, we're still having a party, so don't forget, grab your tea and enjoy. Okay, guys, so you can also petition you can also send a FOIA request to the DHS. The DHS or even the EOIR, which is the Executive Office of Immigration Review. And with that is for people who have been in immigration court or have had to go to proceedings in court with regards to their immigration status. Okay, and then we have the OBIM, which is the Office of the Biometrics, and then we have a number of these Department of State with if you actually want immigration history concerning your your visa application and things like that. So you have to know which government agency you are sending the request to, and every agency has the way they want their FOIA done. Some people prefer online, some people prefer a written whatever, and they have guidelines. You have to include certain things to be able to get that request approved. Okay, so we want to leave some time for questions. Let me jump right into the tea. This is the exciting part. So thank you all for hanging on up until this time. I hope you're enjoying the biggest legal tea party. I'm having a ball right here discussing the US Citizenship Act, and we're keeping our fingers crossed. I am somebody who is, even in my personal life, I'm incredibly optimistic. I don't know. I just feel like this. Anyway, don't let me give you the conclusion before we get there, but I'm counting on this bill passing, even though it might not pass in its entirety or certain portions. Let's get into it. So I've gotten a few interesting questions. Let's start with the first one. Some people are like, oh, attorney, I came with a B2 visa or a tourist visa December 1st, 2020, and I was here by January 1st, 2021, and so I'm supposed to leave by June 2021, but I'm not going to leave because there's going to be an amnesty and I can overstay my visa and then benefit from the amnesty. Unfortunately, the text of the law states that there are certain people who will not qualify for the LPI, the lawful prospective immigrant status, and these are people who are in a period of authorized stay, green card holders, and a few other people. So I'm even wondering why a green card holder would want to apply for an LPI. I have no idea. Okay, well, I guess maybe people who have the conditional green card will be thinking, oh gosh, how do I remove the conditions of my green card? So then I will try to go and apply for an LPI. So according to the text of the law, if you are in a period of authorized stay and you were in a period of authorized stay as at 1st January 2021, unfortunately, you do not qualify for the LPI. So be careful, be very careful about letting your visa expire. I'm sorry, not your visa. Remember, the visa is what just gives you multiple entry. That gives you permission to get to a port of entry. It's the period of authorized stay, which is your record of admission. Make sure you don't make that expire. You always see the stamp in your passport, admitted until, and so your visa may be 5 years valid, but so let's say your visa expires 2025, but if you came in December 2020, you have probably until June 2021 to leave if you have a multiple entry, and then you can go and come. So don't let your authorized stay expire in the hopes of getting amnesty, because you won't get it. You don't qualify. You had to be undocumented as at January 1st, 2021. You simply had to be undocumented, and undocumented means that you don't have authority or permission to be here. That means that your permission to be on United States soil has been revoked, and so those are the people that the LPI will cover. So don't let your stay expire. Okay, then the second interesting thing is about the word amnesty. Some people don't like the use of the word amnesty because they feel like, oh, that is like you are fueling illegal. You're fueling illegal immigration. You're going to let more people come in. It just means that you're helping people break the law or whatever. So there's people that have the issues with the word amnesty, and they feel like, yeah, we shouldn't encourage the use of the word amnesty for whatever reason. So that's one of the discussions that we'll be hearing a lot in the news and all that. So we'll be talking more about that with time. Then the final scoop of the tea is people have been asking me about my personal opinion as an attorney, as an attorney who focuses practice on U.S. immigration law. Attorney, do you think that this bill will pass? I've been undocumented. Do you think this bill will pass? So I'm going to give you the scoop and the hot legal tea. I hope you guys are having fun. Drop me a comment if you guys are having fun, if you guys are enjoying this. Be taking your, just enjoy your tea and let's have fun. let's make this interactive. All right, guys. Okay, so I will be reading the questions soon, but I'm going to be giving you the scoop on whether I think this will pass. Okay. So as I discussed earlier in the video, we have hoops to jump through, and some of these hoops, of course, Congress has the mandate to pass laws. We have majority. Democrats have majority in Senate. In the House, 435 representatives, we have the majority, and then with Senate, however, it's a 50-50 split, and so we need 60 votes, and so hopefully the Republicans are not going to use the filibuster to try to prevent the bill from even getting to the voting stage. But here's what I think. So people have also been asking about this 11 million undocumented immigrants. How did they come about this number? How did they know that there were 11 million people? Some people are like, how do you know it's not 30 million undocumented people? That's a really interesting question. And the census organizations and all of that, they are very sure that the number is not even 15 million undocumented. They are very sure that it's 11 or 12 million undocumented people, plus or minus 1 million. Okay. And so there are 11 million undocumented people, a rough estimate, but they're pretty certain that that's the ballpark figure. That's where the numbers stop. My question, the reason I feel like there may be some hope is that, there are 11 million undocumented people right here in the US. The Republicans who are probably going to oppose this are aware of this. And we all know how much, the US government loves taxes, right? They know also that these 11 million undocumented people are not just waking up in the morning and then folding their arms and going to stand in front of their doors and looking into the skies all day long and probably singing Kumbaya or something. They know that these 11 million undocumented people are hustling. In fact, they've even talked about the fact that some of these undocumented people are essential workers. So what the question is what are they going to do with 11 million undocumented people if they don't pass this bill? Are they going to, if they don't pass this law, are they going to continue to let them work without paying taxes? What's the plan with them? They would rather, kind of bring these people to the light and then regularize them and let them pay taxes and then contribute. Well, some undocumented people pay taxes. If you watch some of my previous videos, I already discussed this issue. Even if you're undocumented, you can go for an ITIN number, your ITIN number, and then you can pay your taxes if you work. Some people are undocumented, but they have social security numbers that were issued to them when they were documented, and then now they are their period of stay expired, and so they still have those numbers, so they're able to pay taxes. But essentially, these undocumented people are working, so the government would be interested in letting them pay taxes, bringing them, regularizing them, and then letting them pay taxes to benefit the US economy. The second thing is that according to ICE, which is the Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE is, as I said, is the organization that arrests and detains illegal immigrants. I'm sorry, that word is a little harsh. Undocumented immigrants. And ICE has stated that when these people are arrested, just court proceedings and trying to deport them to their home country, it can cost about $15,000 per person. Okay, per person, imagine. And in I think in 2016, I said that it spent about $345 million just trying to accommodate some of these arrests and their families and detaining them, and just trying to cater to these undocumented people. In another year, they spent I think 2016 $129 million just to identify and apprehend these undocumented people. So all that we're saying is that the cost is very prohibitive. The cost is high trying to arrest these people. So there's no way the government is going to say they're going to arrest and deport 11 million undocumented people. They simply cannot afford it. It's way too expensive. One other good thing is this. Let me just let's spill the tea. There's just so much more tea to spill. This is getting exciting. You guys, you love my mug. I love it so much, right? Best lawyer ever. Okay, so guys, this is very exciting. So according to the immigration courts, there are currently 1.3 million pending cases in immigration courts. Imagine that. 1.3 million people waiting to be deported. We already have a huge backlog of cases. And these 1.3 million people that are going to be deported, sometimes in some states, they have to wait 5 years, as long as 5 years just to get a court date. Imagine if they have to add, so 1.3 million cases pending. Imagine if they have to add an extra 10 million cases or an extra even 11 million cases. Oh my goodness, that's going to take us into the realm of the next 50 years. They're going to spend money and time trying to deport for the next 50 years undocumented people. I mean, do you think the US has time for that? So that's one of the reasons I'm kind of, that seems like, a light at the end of the tunnel, because the numbers are just too huge. There are not enough courtrooms. There are not enough judges. There are not enough officers to actually go through. You just need money, so much money to cater to these people. So I don't know. I hesitate to think that they're going to actually say that, okay, let's deport all the 11 million undocumented people. So that's another good news. Okay. So in my personal opinion, and I've spoken with other attorneys about this. Well, we know that this is number one on President Joe Biden's list, getting undocumented people status, giving them status. Another thing, let me backtrack a little bit. Even if this doesn't pass into a law, the president always has, he has the ability to pass executive actions or executive orders. The only thing is that executive orders can be, it can go to court. It can be just litigated upon and all of that because it didn't go through Congress. If the bill goes through Congress, that makes it, foolproof. It's been voted upon, so it's kind of, well, it makes it more reliable. But yes, the president may decide to use other means or alternative means to pass this bill, especially the granting undocumented people status. And we see that that's really his priority, because that's actually Title I. That's the first section of the bill, granting 11 million undocumented people a pathway to citizenship. So that's his priority, one of his topmost priorities. So that's the other good news. It's very exciting. And yeah, so pretty much I think that I've covered the main things that we need to cover. And I would, at this point, let's just let me just go through some of these comments. Okay, Jachin, welcome, loud and clear. Okay, you could hear us loud and clear. And Roma, Council Roma, that's my fellow Leonard Council. She's a taxation attorney. So if I visit the US on a tourist visa, I can immediately apply for LPI status. Thank you, Roma. That's a great question. So as I was stating, if you came here on a tourist visa and as at January 1st, 2021, your tourist visa, your stay had not elapsed and you were not in an overstay and you had not violated the terms of your visa, unfortunately, you will not qualify for the LPI status. The LPI status is only for people who are non-citizens, people who are not in, well, so somebody who has a tourist visa is a non-citizen, but the text of the bill specifically excludes them from the, excludes them from the LPI, the purview of the LPI section. Okay, so unfortunately, those who are here on tourist visas, if your time is up, just go. Otherwise, you're going to be in a big mess, hoping for some sort of amnesty or regularization, which will not come because you simply do not qualify. Okay, Jemima says, "Yay, thank you, lawyer. You are very welcome." Max Jonko says, if you have a social security number and an A number, are you still undocumented? And is such a person qualified to apply? So, so you can have a social security number. As I said, some people come into the US and they are in a period of authorized stay. And then they are granted social security cards. They have social security numbers, but then their authorized stay expires, and now they are undocumented. You can have a social security number, but you can still be undocumented. And an A number, you can have an A number, and you will still be undocumented. The A number is just the alien number, and that's the number by which, you are recognized by. So it's a number. I forget the number of digits, but yeah, you can have an A number and still be undocumented. Remember that people are referenced by the A number even in immigration courts and when they're trying to file immigration benefits when they're out of status and all that. So you can have all these things and be undocumented. And yes, you will qualify for the LPI status even if you have these things. And I think I may have mentioned it, but one of the things that the LPI status, the lawful prospective immigrant status, will give you is a social security number. Okay, so Max, thank you for your question. Jemima says, thank you. Jemima, very happy to have you on here. JD says, I'm watching you from McMinnville. Okay, well, I hope everything is going great there. My uncle has been undocumented for 22 years. He qualifies, right? Miriam, that's from Miriam. Thank you for the question. Well, yeah, prima facie, yes, he qualifies. As I discussed, there are certain grounds of ineligibility. So, for example, if you have been convicted of a felony, or 3+ misdemeanors. So if you have committed something like murder or something, you would definitely need to consult with your attorney. But there are certain crimes and certain things that will make people, and that will take people out of the eligibility field. Okay, so prima facie, yes, your uncle will qualify by reason of being here for, he's been here. The only date we've been given so far is 1st January 2021. So if you were here within the United States border and you were undocumented by that date, January 1st, 2021, you do qualify, unless you are taken out of unless you are taken out of the game by reason of something you've done, just something you've done. We talked about the felonies. Let me see another thing. Yeah, people will be able to apply for waivers, but yeah, we will go into that some other time. Okay, so yes, you can apply for a waiver. Oh, hello, Rebecca DeLong. That's a counsel. That's another lawyer. She is based in Ghana. That's my mate from Ghana School of Law. Thank you so much for joining, Rebecca DeLong. Thank you, counsel. Thank you, counsel, for joining. Hello, V. Roberts. Very happy to have you on here. You're very welcome. V. Roberts says, great information. Thank you. Can you please clarify, Roma? Okay, does it mean that anyone who enters the U.S. after 1st January 2021 and is undocumented will not qualify? Absolutely. And so the actual text of the law states that you had to be here on or before January 1st, 2021. And so there doesn't seem to be any concessions. You had to be here on or before January 1st, 2021. Well, also remember that this aspect of the law, I didn't tell you, but certain people who were deported in 2017, let me pull that. They were deported in 2017. If they had been here for 3 years continuously, we can file some waivers for them, and then they will be allowed. So that physical presence on 1st January 2021 doesn't apply to the people who were deported. I can't find the exact text of the law, but yes, there are some exceptions, and hopefully I can pull that. Oh, I think I found it. Okay, great. So non-citizens removed on or after 1st January 2017 who were physically present in the US for at least 3 years prior to that may apply if DHS waives for humanitarian reasons to ensure family unity. Okay. And then you haven't re-entered the US illegally after January 1st, 2021. Okay. What they're trying to do is also a lot of border security. They don't want people saying that okay, they're not going to pass this bill because it's going to let people come in illegally. So these are all disincentives. They're trying to prevent people from coming in, because if you remember from one of my videos, when this amnesty was announced, there was a crazy rush at the border, the Mexican border, and some other places. There were 200,000, hundreds of thousands of people who were trying to get into the United States, and they all don't qualify. You cannot, if you entered illegally after January 1st, 2021, you don't qualify. But there's an exception for people who were deported, who were present in the US for at least 3 years before being deported, and they were removed on or after 2017, 1st January 2017. Okay. Jemima says, Roma, that's exactly what she said. You heard her right. Okay. Thank you, Jemima. Roma says that's interesting. Okay, Jemima is welcoming a brother. Okay. Oh, hello, Gladys. So happy to have you here. Guys, forgive me for touching my hair so much. That's one of my, I just enjoy, yeah. So forgive that distraction. Welcome, Gladys. Welcome. Welcome. We're learning. Great. I'm very happy to have you on here. What are the process with those who are already having something going on with immigration? So let me tell you this. If you have something going on with immigration, it doesn't matter. So let me read this aspect of the law to you. It says that eligibility for one of these statuses does not preclude the non-citizen from seeking any status under other provisions of immigration law. Okay. So you can have something going on but still apply. Yeah, you can apply for any other immigration benefits, and if you feel like you qualify for this, you can apply for this as well. Okay, and as I keep saying, if you have something going on with immigration, especially for those who have, U.S. citizen spouses, the quickest route is the immediate relative route. So if you have a U.S. citizen spouse, definitely let them help you to adjust your status, get married to them, and then let them help you to adjust your status, because this LPI status is actually good for people who don't have a choice, who have don't have, like, they're cornered. They don't have any way of ever regularizing. That's for them. But if you have somebody who can help you to regularize, by all means, go with that. Okay. Guys, I had to get my mug because the tea was just a lot, and so I knew that I needed something bigger to be able to serve you guys the tea. So I hope you guys are having fun on the biggest legal tea party ever on Facebook. Timema says, I love that best lawyer ever. I love it too. That's like one of my favorite mugs ever. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. All right. Abana says, very informative. I'm so excited. You guys have learned a lot. Go back. I invite you to like my page. Go back to my previous videos. I share really informative things about US immigration law. I give you all the scoop. I give you all the details, and everything that you need to know, I give it to you. Bismarck Oting says, how about someone who filed for regularization of his immigration status in the past, but the case didn't go through? Will that person be considered? If that, so far as that person was undocumented on January 1st, 2021, and was physically present in the United States on January 1st, 2021, and is not disqualified by any of the disqualifying criteria, then yes, the person will be considered for the lawful prospective immigrant, so the LPI status. Okay, so you just had to simply be undocumented on January 1st, 2021, and had to be within the borders of the US on that date. Abena Eduseyefri, thank you so much for joining us. Please, what if you have an A2 expired visa? Do you qualify? So as I keep saying, I think the A2 visa is for the diplomats, right? Derivatives of diplomats. That's just a huge number of, but yes, if once you have an expired visa, you have an expired you've expired the terms of your authorized stay, you will qualify if you don't fall within any of the grounds of ineligibility. So we have to review your specific situation. There are lots of grounds of ineligibility. Okay, so Rich says, will the LPI benefit my wife and kids to join me here? Yes, LPI will benefit your spouse and children. So they will be derivatives of this LPI status. They will be derivatives. Derivatives means that you will apply, and then your spouse and your children will benefit from your characterization or from your status. They will benefit from your status. So far, yes. Victor says, I'm actually watching from the Democratic Republic of Congo. My question is, what is the outcome of the revocation of the PP 11014 and the PP 10052, please? Okay, so I posted this on my page. President Trump had actually banned people with the DV, the winners of the DV 2020, and people with green cards who were abroad, who had qualified to come and join their families, qualified to have green cards. He had banned them from coming because of, I guess, the coronavirus. And 2 days ago, I shared it on my Facebook page. President Joe Biden has, by executive order, undone the bans, and so he has he has undone the bans. I will do a video on that soon, but essentially now people they'll start rescheduling interviews at the embassies, the various embassies, US embassies around the world. They'll start rescheduling interviews. A lot of my clients have been getting, the interviews were being pushed back, but now they're going to be rescheduling interviews, so look out for that. Ima says, if you come to the US with immigrant visa, you have your green card and social security, but the visa expire, are you undocumented? If you came to the US with an immigrant visa and you have a green card, then if your visa has expired, once you have a green card, you are not undocumented. A green card is gives you legal authority to actually work and live legally here in the US, travel in the US. You can just do about anything a citizen can do as a green card holder. The only thing is that you cannot vote. So I'm not sure what the question is, but if you, well, we have different types of green cards. We have the conditional green card, which is a 2-year green card, and then we have the permanent green card, the 10-year permanent green card. If you have a conditional green card, which is just valid for 2 years, if that has expired and you didn't remove the conditions by filing the I-751 to remove the conditions, the conditions from your green card, and you are out of status, then yes, even though you had a green card, you will be considered undocumented. So that is that. Let's see. Adam says, Adam, thank you so much for joining. If my F1 status is expired, can I apply for the green card? I'm not sure specifically what the question is. Which green card? Is it the LPI status? Guys, we are almost out of time. Oh, Bismarck says, you missed my earlier question about the international travel. Okay. Can LPI travel internationally before getting their green cards? Absolutely, yes. You probably joined us late. Yes, that was something I covered. So the LPI status, which is a lawful prospective immigrant status, will give you permission to work and permission to travel. And you can travel, however, you cannot stay out of the U.S. for more than 180 days. You have to be physically present within the U.S., you know, as much as possible. Don't go out and stay for 200 days. There are exceptions to that. Sometimes the DHS may waive, you know, your physical presence requirements if you are able to show certain things, like that you know, sometimes circumstances beyond your control. There were very critical circumstances and reasons by which you overstayed. But essentially, you will get the LPI status will come with the ability to travel and enjoy your life. Some haven't seen their families in like 20 years, 10 years, 30 years. This will be a great opportunity for them to travel. But when you go home, just cut it short. This is not the time to go waving your American flag in your village for 200 days. By the time you get to the border, you'll be sent back. So guys, yes, you will be given, you know, that travel document. I hope you guys are enjoying your tea. This is the biggest legal tea party on Facebook, and I'm having such a ball. I'm so glad you guys are all here. Shondell says, what is the processing time for citizenship? So it depends on, you know, the center. It's currently averaging between like 18 months, 20 months, 26 months. Some centers are even longer. And in actual fact, even the bill, the text of the bill also, actually, no. So the family visa ban, the proclamation, the executive order that President Joe Biden brought out 2 days ago, or 3 days ago, I actually also discussed that. He is he's introducing a policy where the citizenship wait time will be shortened. Okay, so that's one of the things on his plate now. They're going to reduce citizenship processing times. We are currently seeing a lot of delays. Even people are not getting their receipt numbers, and things are just so long, you know, for citizens if you apply for citizenship. So he wants to improve the citizenship process and make it shorter. Also, with a new bill, there's also a part of the bill that says that you can apply for citizenship now after 3 years. Okay, you know, currently if you're a green card holder for 5 years, that's after you hold a green card for 5 years, then you can apply for citizenship. But the bill is proposing that they reduce that to 3 years. This bill is really, really, you know, very interesting, and there's going to be definitely it's in layman's terms, it's too good to be true. Like, this is the dream. This is the dream of immigrants. I don't know if this is going to Council Roma says, great session. Absolutely enjoyed the tea party. Oh my goodness, that brings me so much joy. I'm so happy that you guys are having a ball as I'm having on the best and biggest legal tea party. Ohima says, thank you, very informative. Ohima, I so appreciate you joining. New Jackie says, can you travel with TPS after bill is approved? I will do a special video for the TPS and then the DED. That's the deferred enforcement departures. That's a separate topic. I wanted to just focus this on the pathway to citizenship for undocumented immigrants. So we will talk more about the TPS and DED and the DREAM Act. And then Ima says, lawyer, I want to apply for citizenship. How can you help me? I can certainly help you. Give my office a call on Monday, and you'll speak with my friendly legal assistant, Erica, and then she will book you for a consultation. And then I can jump right into helping you. I can't wait to speak with you. And Bismarck says, will the application be online or they have to physically go to an office to drop the filing? So Bismarck, okay, that's a good question. Currently, as I said, what happens is that when the bill passes into a law, it will take about 1 year for them to really draft everything and let us know what the process is. When you read the law, it tells you that there are lots of portions where it says the DHS will determine, it will determine the best course of action, so to speak, or it will determine how best to proceed. So it's not entirely certain yet, but even currently, there are some applications on the USCIS that you can file online, like the N400, which is the citizenship. You can file it online, or you can do a paper application. But there's some applications that you simply cannot file online. For example, I think the I-751, the petition to remove conditions, you currently cannot file it online. So they will tell us what the scoop is, what the deal is. And I think I may have cited something about the Paper Act. We'll get into that. I just really, we've run out of time. Jemima says, God bless you, Attorney. You're very informative. Thank you so much. Janet, I really appreciate you. Janet says, can I apply for my LPI now? Not yet. Just keep your fingers crossed. I don't know how they're going to deport 11 million undocumented people. So let's keep our fingers crossed. Let's pray for a concession. Let's see what the Republicans will come up with. Yeah, what are they going to, hopefully they'll come up with something great that will regularize people's stay and help them. Abna says, thank you. I will book my appointment with you next week. I can't wait to speak with you and learn about your story. Janet says, yes, I'm really happy to be part of this. And New Jackie says, what's the difference between the TPS and the LPI? Fred, we'll be doing another video on the TPS and the DED, as I stated, but very briefly, TPS is usually, it designates when it's for people where some countries are designated TPS, okay? And these countries, it means that there's a lot of, hi, Mom. Hey, babe. Oh, my goodness. Piper is out here. I'm sorry, guys. I have to be leaving. So, Piper, go to Daddy. I'm on a live video, please. I'll be listening. So the TPS is for, where the country conditions are. There's violence, or let me see here. Okay. The secretary may designate a foreign country for TPS due to conditions in the country that temporarily prevent the country's nationals from returning safely to that country. So the TPS, it means you come from an unsafe country, and then they'll designate your country as a TPS, and then you can be granted status for that. So some of the countries are El Salvador, Haiti, Honduras, Sudan, and the rest. All right, guys. Oh, Robert, good afternoon from San Diego, California. Okay, Pipe, come say hi to them. Daddy, please hold on and take. Hi. Yeah, actually too short. I'm sorry, guys, for this distraction. But that was a quick hi from Piper. Okay, Kay Okran says, thank you for the information. Ikea, great job. Thank you, guys. I so enjoyed the legal team. Hello, Daddy. Please, you can have them. And let me finish my tea part. You're bouncing. Okay, good. Keep bouncing. Okay, guys. Bismarck says, thank you so much for such insightful information. You are the best. We'll advertise strongly for you to represent our African folks. Thank you so much, Bismarck. I really appreciate this. I really, really appreciate this. This is the Legal Tea Party. I'm doing my best. I'm trying to bridge, I'm trying to give education to our immigrant community and educate them on U.S. immigration law, because I sometimes speak to people and the amount of misinformation is astounding. Like, they hear things from the streets and sometimes they qualify for things and they are not aware because they don't have access to lawyers. And I sometimes get hundreds of messages in my inbox, everybody trying to ask for free legal advice, but unfortunately I'm not able to give free legal advice. Imagine I have like 100 people in my inbox and I even have to dedicate 15 people a day, 30 minutes consultation. That will be like 15 times 30. What? That will be like almost 8 hours of my day gone, my whole day gone. So this is the way I can serve my community, by doing these videos to help and also answer a few questions. Can Ghanaian apply for TPS or LPI? So a Ghanaian cannot apply for TPS. TPS is for certain countries where there's violence and it's not safe to return. Ghana is not part of the country. It's not part of the designated countries. We currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, about 10: Yemen, Syria, and some other countries. But yes, a Ghanaian can apply for LPI, the lawful prospective immigrant status, if they're here and then they have expired. They've okay. So Ohima Frimpoma says, no, it's not a distraction. Yeah, Piper, oh my goodness, she's a handful, guys. It's been a busy weekend, so thank you so much for sticking with me. We've actually outdone, like, we've gone over the time, but I hope this was well worth your time. If you are looking for, okay, so Piper is a welcome distraction from Council Roma. Thank you. All right, guys. So if you are looking for, oh my goodness, what happened? If you are looking for an attorney, you're welcome to give my office a call on 240-801-7288. For those of you that don't know me, let me just introduce myself. My name is Akua. I'm an attorney. I'm licensed both in Ghana and here in the US, and I've decided to focus my practice on US immigration and trademark law. My office is based out here in Manassas, Virginia, but I represent clients all over the US, all 50 states. Doesn't matter where you are, doesn't matter what type of US immigration problem you have, I'm ready to help you. However, you would have to book a consultation to get my attention. I kid you not, guys, I get like hundreds of messages and I would love to help all of you for free, but my time and my schedule will not permit me. But when I do this video, I'm able to reach more people for free than I am able to reach, do one-on-one free consultation. So please, yes, my consultations are paid, but it's well worth it. You will not leave my consultation without a legal strategy or a solution to your problem. So be sure to book me when you if you need an attorney. Can I still hire a lawyer at New Jersey after the bill is approved? Certainly, yes, you can. But it's usually good to actually you may start now so that you know how to prepare for everything. All right, guys, thank you so much. This has been the best and the biggest legal tea party. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you guys will don't forget to like my page, share the video on your WhatsApp groups, like my page, and stay in touch with me. I would love to see you all soon. Again, I wish you all a wonderful weekend. Out here in Manassas, Virginia, the weather is beautiful. It's about 50 degrees. It's a great break from the cold, freezing temperatures of the earlier on in the month. So it's a good day. I hope you guys will have a wonderful rest of the evening and take care. Thanks for sticking with me. Bye-bye.
You gotta get up. You gotta get up and make a move. 'Cause the world will never see you until you do. No, they don't really care what you're going through. So you gotta show 'em, baby. You gotta show 'em the real you. You gotta give 'em what you've got. No, don't let them see what you're not. 'Cause you are strong. You are wise. are worth beyond 1,000 reasons why. And you can't be perfect, baby, 'cause nobody's perfect, darling. But no, 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 there's nobody in the world like you. What do you do when you can't let go? What do you say when you just don't know how you feel? And you know nobody knows how you feel, 'cause everybody's got their own damn problem. So everybody's trying to find their way, and day by day is a struggle. In this world, you know you have to hustle. Just know that you're not alone. You don't always have to be strong all by yourself. I said it's okay to ask for help. Now listen, people will find you, but they don't define you. And you will find people who help redesign you. People will find you, but they don't define you. And you will find people who help redesign you.